Hi, everybody, and welcome to Task Force Unlikely, episode 34, The House Always Wins. We're still in hell, everyone. So.
Both in-game and out.
Yes. So, going way back, Navira is a tiefling paladin to Zariel at the start of our campaign. That was hidden from the rest of the party, and she masqueraded as a paladin of Tyr until asked to confront agents of Zariel. She forsook her oath and became an Oathbreaker paladin as the Task Force Unlikely defeated efforts by the Cult of Zariel to steal a Godspark of Tiamat. Fast forward 20 episodes. A wizard named Raistlin approaches Navira and asks for her help in a Mission Impossible style scheme to defeat Zariel, ensuring that Navira is never hunted by the agents of hell again. While most of Task Force Unlikely, except for Navira, is in Hades, Navira decides to accept this offer and joins up with a group of Raistlin's mercenaries, which include Arthur, who is a tiefling frost sorcerer, Fetch, who is a tiefling with not devilish or demon ancestry, clearly still fiendish ancestry, and is of an undetermined class currently. And Kriv, who is a dragonborn barbarian dedicated to a powerful white dragon of the north named Eisendraug, or Frosty Linda.
And somehow gets perfectly along with everyone else while simultaneously being way too pure for what's going on around.
Yes, and I believe, as described last episode, is a bit of a himbo.
A bit?
A bit is mostly, is the 100%.
Pure of heart and dumb of ass.
Oh, you fine, but you simple.
When did Dan Slap get here?
Okay.
The player, these characters go through a place called Smoketown and eventually go to Hell. They have had a couple encounters in Hell. Kriv told some bird devil all the hot goss before being distracted. They fought some Hell Knights, and they left the River Styx and are joined by a devil named Venger, who Raistlin says will help them. And Raistlin kind of puts his hand up, leans heavily on his staff, and says, "You'll make camp here briefly. Take a rest, reconvene everyone." And he goes off and starts meditating in a corner. Everyone else kind of stretches. Nobody seems to make a permanent settlement effort. They're all just kind of, stretching, hopping up and down a little bit, doing a couple practice maneuvers. A couple people are conferring in small groups. Dim Weaver and Accurate John are with a half-elven woman very briefly before she kind of goes off on her own, and John continues to comfort Dim. What would you all like to do?
I'd like to set up my tent. Or, sorry, when he said rest, did he mean like rest or just rest? Like long rest or short rest, essentially?
It looks like everyone's getting ready for a short rest.
Okay, no tent.
If you want to be like, we're doing a long rest, and set up a tent, I mean, that's a power move.
It is, but I also have full health and only expended 4 spell slots, so it'd be kind of a dick move as well.
Navira's gonna set up a situate herself on like a rock and just scan the horizon.
I realized I muted myself. Okay, is what I said. Sorry. I muted myself to Twitch. I don't have plans. I never have plans when I do this with my fingers. So, actually, my real giveaway is when I'm rubbing my hands. I figured that out while watching back these episodes. So, I'm going to try not to do that as much. So, Navira is staring off into the distance. And people are continuing to mill about Kriv and Fetch.
How isolated from everyone else did Navira end up posting?
I mean, she's within like enough distance that she can hear what's going on, but like separated.
Okay, so like maybe 15, 20 feet?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Now continue to sit and shuffle cards.
Okay. Kriv?
I guess if we're not doing much, Kriv is gonna look and try to pick a fight with somebody.
Inhale. Awesome.
Inhale.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Oh ho. Hey, I'm good at those.
Really?
Ooh, yeah. 18.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple people who look rather antsy and like, yeah, maybe they also want to fight. They didn't really get in any on the Hell Knights and their minions. It's just kind of like, yeah, like there's one person in particular who's essentially like shadow dancing with their sword and shield.
Oh my.
They're doing that PC idol stance.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of bouncing back and forth and then jab, 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 block, jab, jab.
So I guess Kriv will like heft his axe and then go over and try to like just take a swing at the guy.
Oh, okay. Just totally unprovoked. Give me an attack roll.
Uh-oh.
Good. First roll of the night, everyone.
An attack?
That's
a 16. That's my great act.
Okay. That's
Rolled an 8.
Yeah, whatever.
a 16 hits.
Oh, cool. Not raging, so I think he just gets a D12.
Oh, just a D12.
Just a D12.
So yeah,
hit hard.
not that hard. I rolled a 1, so that's a 5 points of damage.
Okay, so, but still, out of nowhere, you just kind of come and slam this guy in the back. Not hard. It's like a It's like a warning blow with your giant terrible axe. Just, oh, what the hell, dude?
Let's go, bro.
Come
on.
Okay. And lowers himself into a fighting position. Let's see. He gets a couple attacks. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
And does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay.
Well, 14 is my armor class. So
Okay, so 14 hits, and he rolled a critical miss in there as well. So he takes his sword and slashes at you twice, dealing a total of 22 slashing damage.
Oh, okay. So much for those hit points.
And he's just like, "You want to go, bro? Let's fucking go."
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of like rips open his shirt.
At this point, Arthur's gonna come over and be like, all right, yes, we've all had our fun here. I think it's a great... What the fuck are you doing, Kriv?
What?
Have fun, but don't kill each other.
I mean, he looks like he's fighting.
I think we'd probably better preserve our energy for the upcoming task at hand and whatnot.
For the gestures broadly around hell we're in.
Yeah, that. The whole hell situation, you know how it is.
I haven't seen
Normally,
that
I'd
bad.
be one to agree with you, but this is actually a very good way to blend in.
Arthur's just gonna walk away and not say anything. He's tried. If something bad happens, whatever. He seems very dejected, though. Like, incredibly, like, fine. If you don't want my head, fine. Go ahead.
Okay. And Kriv will ignore him and just start attacking again.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and take a turn. If you want to rage, move, make attacks.
I made an attack, but it's only an 11.
An 11 misses.
Ooh. Oh,
Do you get a second attack?
I do.
Okay.
Oh no. That's only a 13.
Clear. Kriv is still fist fighting, right?
No, I have my great axe out.
Okay.
Okay. 13 is easily deflected with the guy's shield. He'll take a couple swings. Let's see. Another critical miss. 3 misses. The highest he rolled was a 13.
At this point, Navira has, still, one eye on everything that's going on around her, but she's also, taken some of the travel cookies that she brought with her, and it's... those.
Okay. Kriv.
I guess.
This
Getting mad.
Yeah. The
You'll
fight
go
started
for
very
it.
fiercely and then kind of ended up with a slap fight of a turn with just a bunch of misses. No.
So Kriv will rage
Okay.
and whack him again.
Okay.
No! That's another 11.
It's a miss.
Oh my god, I rolled 2 3s in a row.
As the fighters have realized that this should be a warm-up and they should not, in fact, murder each other to death.
No, Kriv needs to get hit a couple more times for that to sink in.
Okay, instead of the fighters, then the fighter. The barbarian hasn't gotten it yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, this fighter's an idiot. Yeah, the fighter attacking you kind of says, yeah, hold me back, bro, hold me back. No one's around him, no one's on his side. It's just like, yeah. And he'll swing his sword 3 times. Jesus Christ. 3 misses. The highest roll is a 13 again.
Oh, this is just sad.
This is getting sad, everyone.
I feel like I could take this man in a fight.
Kriv's not doing any better. Oh no. I think Kriv's just getting madder and madder, and he's just going to forget the axe and just punch the guy in the face.
Okay, just deck this guy.
No! Oh, well, that's... 7 plus 8 is a... 15?
Is a miss. Would you like to take a second attack?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, it's a little better. It's, a 17?
17's a hit.
Oh, good. That's another punch to the face.
Okay.
So
So, that's... Do Dragonborn have claws? I can't remember.
I have retractable claws, but I didn't pop them out.
Okay. So
I think it's just 5 damage.
So yeah,
That's
it's
what
1
the
plus...
D&D amounts tell me.
1 plus strength, but you're raging, so you get +2 to it, I think. We'll just give you +2. Okay, so 7.
I just conked the guy right in the nose.
My nose! Oh. Come on. So, punched right in the nose. The guy... I thought we were just having a good time, man.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. And Kriv will just, like, sadly, like, dragging his axe behind him, just sadly walk away and sit and just stare.
Just kind of turn and pout for a minute. Then he goes and sits next to Kriv, and he's like, I like your axe.
Thanks. I like your shield.
Thanks.
And Kriv will put, like, an arm around him.
Just kind of pat your massive shoulder.
Glad everything worked out.
So yeah, that happened.
I'm not surprised. Is anyone else surprised?
What else is going on around the camp?
Making friends in hell.
Good.
Yeah, that isn't always the place to do that kind of thing.
Do you think it is safe to say that out of everyone here, Kriv is having the best time?
Yes. But he always has a good time, because he doesn't understand what's going on.
I was going to say, the least aware he is in hell, perhaps.
Ignorance really is bliss, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The opposite end of that spectrum is Navira, who is fully aware and is like this close to puking from anxiety.
Okay. After hour and a half, Raistlin stands back up and has been conversing with the one-horned winged devil wearing black and red robes, who seems to point and summon in his horse, and the devil gets on his horse and starts circling above everyone and flies off into the distance. And Raistlin says, "Are we ready to move?"
Ready and able.
Just dust the cookie crumbs off.
Kind of nods, looks at Navira sadly, dusting off her cookie crumbs, and kind of like gives like a, like almost like, kind of like, just pity.
Should look at him with the fire of 1,000 suns.
And everyone starts to get together and starts walking. Can I get perception checks from everyone, please?
Oh, good.
I believe this is not nearly as perceptive a party as...
Unfortunately,
I
no.
don't even have to make checks when Kaz here.
I got a 12.
That
Yeah,
one.
got a 15.
I got a 12.
Okay, so we got like a 1 plus little.
Yeah.
12, 15 was the
record,
highest.
One.
I rolled a
just
14.
One.
Yes.
I rolled
Fetch
an
does not have a
11.
good
I
wisdom.
rolled a 16.
Oh, jeez, everybody. Okay. Yeah, maybe there's a reason everybody ended up in hell.
Not the
Look,
best
I'm great at
making
insight.
decisions.
Oh wait, I'm not great at insight. Shit.
As you are walking, let me make a check for someone else. As you are walking, Navira, you notice that as you start to walk through this this blood red canyon made of, it's just incredibly deep canyon you're all walking in. There's a little rivulet of the river Styx that goes through it, but it eventually ends and kind of forms this terrible little puddle that you can see these big froggish fiends sitting with their eyes bulging out of. But as you're walking, eventually there's a couple branches in the path, and Raistlin seems to know where he is going, like almost instinctively. He isn't pausing at any of these paths, he's just walking. But at some point you can see Accurate John, Dim Weaver, and the blonde half-elf very discreetly break off from the group and go down a different path. Raistlin stops for a minute, kind of thinks if maybe he wants to say something, and then keeps walking.
Do I want to know what that was about? Okay, I give Raistlin a look. Like, I definitely want to know what that's about.
He gestures for you to come forward if you'd like to talk about it.
I do.
Okay.
Don't mind me sneaking closer.
Okay. Can I get a stealth check?
$16.
Okay. Navira is not perceptive.
I have a 9 passive
Yeah.
perception, so no, I do not notice.
You don't know if Raistlin notices you fetch, but Navira is oblivious.
She's got a freaking mask on.
Oh, that too. She does have her devil mask
Really
on.
great.
So as you approach Raistlin Navira, he's continuing to walk, leaning heavily on his staff. And he says, they had their own private business. It is none of mine. They said they're looking for someone. I asked them to stay. I did not demand it of them. But they could be useful. They should reconvene with us soon. I hope.
Do I know what was down that path?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, okay. 10.
10? Okay. All of this sprawling canyon is Tiamat's domain.
Okay.
So it's presumably simply a different part of Tiamat's lair. She has dominion over all of this that even Zariel can't quite question. It's a deal with Asmodeus. This is hers. She can't leave, but it's hers.
Okay.
So it's just another part. They're not leaving. They're just going to a different part of Tiamat's domain.
Okay. It's like, well, I hope for their sake they know what they're doing, because any sort of deviance can mean a death wish here.
Yes, I hope so as well. The woman especially could prove useful.
Do I want to know why?
Just kind of looks at you and as if to say, if you want, I'll tell you, but I'm not simply offering free information about people. You can ask and he'll maybe tell you, but
why would she prove useful?
She has defeated Tiamat once before.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, no, that could be more than a little useful, yes. I'm surprised you let her go.
Kind of thinks for a minute. I think she will be back. I have. Fate is fickle. But I have peaked. I think she will be back.
Faith is not something that I usually encounter down here, and if it is, it doesn't usually survive.
He says, he kind of smiles, and he says, there is but one true faith, and it is faith in yourself. If you do not make it so, it will not be.
That's an interesting philosophy, old man. I hope you will not think it in...
Kind of laughs at the old man joke because now he is an old man.
I think you will not. I hope you will not find an imprudent. I think it false.
Says, understandable. You put faith in your friends as well. It's I have only found friends to be disappointments.
Maybe you need better friends.
I think I need more like-minded friends.
See, everything you're telling me right now is just sad.
Sorry, I just love Jay's face. Yeah, nope.
I'm not evil. I just need more like-minded friends.
Well, my friends are like, no, don't punch that kitten. And then I'm like, no, I want to punch the kitten. I need more. Exactly.
They don't have the
will. Just let me punch the kitten.
To punch the kitten.
It's like, well, kind of bumming me out, so.
That's my deal. Yeah.
I'm
just kind of awkwardly makes way too long eye contact with you with his creepy goat eyes. Just cool talk. Bye. And he keeps pressing forward. Morale is mixed in the group, you'd say. Some people are getting to be like, why are we following this, like, frail weirdo? And he's just seemingly getting more and more tired. Like, no one's helping him, really. And he's just, starting to wheeze more and more heavily as the ash of the air gets thicker. But yeah, he continues.
If Navira picks up on any of this chatter, she's going to try to instill it in people's minds, like, would you rather go off on your own? Because I'm sure you don't know where you're going.
Okay, yeah, give me an intimidation check. With advantage, since you're from here.
I have a +7 to intimidation. Navira has a very high charisma and she never gets to use it.
Have more than
that's a 24.
Anytime.
So yeah, they shut up and they kind of their face falls a little bit. Like, no, that makes way too much sense. As you're looking around there, a couple people have noticed at this point now, half an hour later, that a couple people are missing, and they take that extra to heart of like, oh no, if you leave, you won't come back. Like. And they tighten up a little bit and are closer and closer to Raistlin as he continues to walk.
Welcome to hell, friends. Did you expect the stakes to be low?
Thought it was just going to be a nice jaunt through hell.
There's no such thing.
They're everywhere.
Nice jaunt.
If you want, you could try the blood fields. But that's only really fun if you like the smell of iron.
Stop by Stygia. If the devils don't kill you, the cold will.
You're not selling us on any other layer of hell.
You don't come here unless you have hell business. And hell business is either you're fucking with soul contracts or you're dead. Those are the only two types of hell business.
Actually, there's an entire war that's like third on that list.
I sort of roll that in with the fucking with soul contracts part.
Fair.
No, the blood war is very, very different.
A lot of contracts involved, though. So many contracts.
Okay. At this point, in the distance, you see a ominous tower made of dragon skulls. And it's possibly the tallest building any of you have ever seen, except for maybe Fetch.
Sorry. Just in chat, Cece just said there's no business like hell business. There's no business I know.
Yeah,
And I have to bring that up.
She can't stay. So,
Sorry, Soupy Band.
It's so
please
good.
ban yourself. You are an admin. Please do that.
I actually do know for a fact you can /unmod yourself on Twitch.
Oh, well, I mean, if you don't do that.
We need a mod.
Yeah, I can't.
Marty's here.
Marty is here. I can't do anything.
Marty,
with my
ban soup.
little thingy. I don't think. Yeah, maybe I can.
No,
Anyway.
mods can't ban each other, but you can unmod yourself, and then another mod can ban.
Interesting.
It's a very well coordinated process.
So there is a tower made of dragon skulls, and as it comes clear in the distance, Raistlin stops and leans a moment and looks to the sky, and you can see Venger is circling the tower, and he nods and he goes into the distance. And Raistlin turns and says, there is a paladin of Tiamat here, a powerful one. I don't know if he can be swayed, but he has been tempted in the past by powerful artifacts. Granted, he has always then used them in service to the Dragon Queen. But perhaps if we can offer a better deal, he might be swayed.
I only got this thing, and then I'll kind of tap. Arthur will kind of tap the clasp on his cape, which is like a glowing blue gem.
Raistlin says, at this point, I don't have anything physical to offer him. It is more promissory.
I can arm wrestle him.
That might help. He's got big jock energy. Yeah.
Oh, we found a friend for you.
Maybe that's what he needs. Just a friend.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised with how many people that
I'm so
in hell.
loudly.
I mean, if it worked for Navira, it could probably work for a lot of other people down here too.
No one wants to come over to my terrible dragon tower.
I've always wanted a tower like this, but I'd have to kill a lot of dragons to make it happen, and that's just...
I mean, you've
Very
got to
hard.
commend Hell on one thing at least. They commit to the aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
I ordered Papa
Honest-
John's. I have N64. I just got GoldenEye. Nobody wants to come over.
Has GoldenEye really held up that well?
Weren't we just talking about this
Yes,
on
we
Monday?
were.
We just talked about this on Monday.
Okay. Raistlin kind of looks at all of you and says, I don't think a bunch of us rushing into the tower is a good idea.
Why not?
Well, if we're attempting to reason with him, it might seem like an assault if we assault his tower.
Yeah, that does seem like an assault. Well, I happen to have a degree in dragon studies from the University of Stygia. I just made that up. But I have been an emissary.
Hey, I don't believe you.
No, I made it up. It's not real. There is no University of Stygia. But if there was, I would have gone there. So I actually do have experience acting as an emissary among dragonkin and the like.
Yeah.
And
Raistlin will nod and point at the four of you. Be like, you found the guide. You did well. Kind of points at Kriv. Yeah, points at Arthur. Yes, dragon stuff. Navira's from here, and
Hey,
Fetch found the guide, so you're my experts. Let's go.
That's what being level 10 gets you, folks.
don't my whole backstory out here while you're at it, Raistlin. Jeez.
He didn't say that part aloud. Sorry.
Okay, good.
That was in his head justification of the four of you. It's very convenient for me. And you walk in to his tower. Let's see. Here we go. There's also a bunch of spikes, because of course there are. Okay.
Yeah, the commitment to the aesthetic is on point.
Yeah. Don't got style, don't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
As you are walking through the first floor of the tower, you can see very large cat-like eyes, glowing yellow in the shadows. They're massive though, and those familiar with dragons would recognize them as dragon eyes. And they kind of squint at you, and you can hear a deep guttural growling as you all walk by, and Raistlin kind of puts his hand up and says, "We're here to treat." The dragon squints and barks in Draconic, for I know several of you speak Draconic. Says, Archon, there are primers here for you. Shall I kill them? And deep within the keep,
primers.
and deep in the keep,
Not a big laugh, but it's definitely a.
Primers.
Do I count as a primer?
You do not count as a primer, no.
Hey, technically a native.
No, I believe the only primer here is Kriv. Oh, and Raistlin. Raistlin's a primer.
Fucking normie.
Weird old goat-eyed normie.
Normie.
I mean, says the half fox person.
With wings.
Oh, you have wings. Oh, you were just like flying.
Okay. A response in common says, I'm bored. I'll come down. And you can hear crunching as someone descends the tower. Okay. So. Descending the tower is a massive red dragonborn, as big as Kriv, with big horns, spiked pauldron, a tattered green cape. He's wearing flint dragon plate with a giant crest of Tiamat across his chest. He's got skulls on his kneecaps, like he is just edgelorded out. He's carrying a wicked-looking axe that's got bone inlay, and he's carrying a scepter that has a shrunken human skull with glowing red eyes.
I will sort of smile and say, in sort of high draconic, my, what a lovely aesthetic you have.
Cool axe, bro.
We're trying to see which approach is gonna be more.
Yeah. So kind of cool axe, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see. God, his axe even has a ridiculous name. Okay. He comes down and he says, "This better be worth anything. Why do you bother Archon the Cruel?"
Archon the Cruel, you said? Oh, that's a
Cruel.
lovely name.
Thanks. It's a family name.
It's a 1 second. It's a badass name, bro.
Respect, yeah.
So, like, look, here's the deal. You know, there's a lot of people who are, like, after this power, right? And, but, kind of worried about bad people post Tiamat getting this power, right? So, I'm thinking, like, maybe we can work something out. Make sure the wrong people don't get their hands on this power, right? You feel me? You feel me? We vibing?
Just Arthur in a suit, trying to bro it up, is just...
Yeah, his posture has changed. It's like, you're not sure where he learned to do this.
It says big frat boy hired by his dad's company energy.
Oh my god, that's
Definitely
Arthur.
So Archon kind of squints his eyes at you and looks at this motley crew. And his eyes linger on Raistlin because the rest of you seem just anything. And there's this just weird old wizard who's like just shriveled and frail and is barely holding himself together compared to, you know, a tiefling Gundam, the somehow even bigger Dragonborn Gundam, and then two just competent looking spellcasters. They're put together even. Raistlin's not really put together. And he just kind of
that's Navira's grandfather. Sorry, I don't know your name, right? Or do I? I forget.
It depends on what you were
paying attention.
Yes.
She most certainly did not tell you her
Yes.
name, because
Yes,
if you
I
said
forgot.
her name out loud in hell, there are most likely alarm bells that are going to go
That's
off.
her grandfather. We had to, you know, he's kind of old. We had to watch him. You know, the old folks' home is being fumigated right now.
It's tough out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I gotta lower my voice for him. Okay, here we go. Big jock energy. Okay, bro. Yeah. Okay. What you seem to be talking about, though, is a time when Tiamat wouldn't be in charge. And that doesn't really jive with my whole deal.
Well,
So
how
I
has
wanted
your...
I want to know more
friend,
about
go
that.
ahead.
No, just tell me more. Like, it's blowing my mind. I've never thought of that.
Well, how has your deal been going for you? I mean, how long have you been here in hell?
Long time. Long time. I got the scepter. That didn't make her happy. She
Well, it
wanted
seems
something
like
better, like a hand, I
Very
guess.
nice scepter.
It's a pretty good scepter. Yeah. I thought it was rad.
Well, what if I said there might be a chance that we could get you possibly relocated, see places other than hell, maybe the Greater Plains as a whole?
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I'm willing to hear. I've been to this place called I forget the name. They were like a bunch of adventurers, though, and they didn't like me, it turned out, because I kind of betrayed them. Archon the Cruel. I didn't pretend to be anything that I'm not, is what I'm saying.
Well,
seems
if
more
you
on
do
them.
have
Right?
betrayal isn't necessarily a black mark for my employer. In fact, if you're used to betraying things, it might get you a little further ahead.
Tight.
And look,
Tight.
Quite-
Okay.
quite frankly, bro, I think we all respect the sort of wearing, the cruel thing on your sleeve. Mad respect, bro.
Yeah. So, what you're offering is sort of like a new hell order, and I could get out of here. And you plan on doing this by overthrowing Tiamat. That doesn't really change the whole landscape, though, my bros.
Well, look, picture it this way. Tiamat not doing so hot right now. She's, had her essence kind of scattered everywhere.
Yeah, she's not happy about that.
No. I guarantee you, you know what? We have a very detailed plan to sort of remedy that. No, we're going to be able to sort of coagulate that power. We're going to be able to bring a little bit more order to this area. You hear me? You feel me? You get one of them laying down, bro?
I'm gonna be honest. No.
So how if then,
Okay.
instead of being a paladin of Tiamat, you became a paladin of a much more interesting power?
How many heads do they have?
One, but it is the nicest head you will ever see.
Okay. Counter offer. Hear me out.
All right, bro.
I'm like kind of a big deal here. I have like a manticore and a bunch of buddies.
No, bro, we heard it. You're super tight.
Yeah, I could definitely kill all of you, is what I'm saying. / make you what I want, and kind of very casually waves his scepter around, and it's a little disconcerting. Like, it's like, yeah, things gross, and it's like emanating just waves of evil, and you're in hell. Like, you're already getting a bad vibe. This is a worse vibe. So he says, I could definitely, like, take you out and stuff. What if I just let this play out? You do your deal. If things come to it, I'll totally submit to your nice-headed person. And if they don't, well, that's not my problem then. I'm just saying, we don't need to happen.
No, I respect that, bro. Like 2 ships passing in the night.
Like boats.
Well, it's not a terrible idea, but should you ever change your mind, even if we don't become your problem, you'll still be here. And despite all your grand splendor and all of the power you have, you will still just be here. And I would like to persuade him to consider that very strongly.
I feel like I am aiding already in a way.
Okay, yeah, persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Phone won't go away.
Advantage because of FOMO.
$28.
Okay. Kind of.
That's pretty persuasive.
Yeah, you are trying to get him to betray his god, though.
I mean, Jay and Daniel did it with one character before.
It's true.
Yeah, but that person already liked you.
Fair.
That person was inclined.
Crisis of Conscience can do that to you, man.
Archon does seem swayed, though. And he kind of...
Even though he doesn't have a conscience.
Yeah, he thinks for a minute, and he looks at the dragon, who's just like... What? Are you, like, fucking kidding me right now? Just kind of be cool. And he thinks... And he thinks... And he's thinking.
I expect this to take him a minute.
Yes. And while he's thinking...
That's the sound of him thinking.
That's it. While he's thinking, Starwipe to the city of Waterdeep. You all, the rest of Task Force Unlikely, Kaw, Tarbeck, and Gale. Navira has been missing for 48 hours at this point.
I'm assuming she's not replied to any of my sendings.
The only one she has replied to is the one about the Wi-Fi password.
Tarbeck is just angrily pacing. He stopped drinking. He's just at his wit's end.
So the good news is the house smells like cookies. The bad news is you guys are very sick of cookies.
I think Gail has just been trying to stress making clocks.
Okay. So the house smells like cooking. There's an infernal ticking noise everywhere.
And there's no alcohol.
Tarbeck got weirdly sober and dumped all the alcohol out.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of really shittily made metal trinkets probably all around Tarbeck's room. Just poorly made armor and weapons. His hand is just not steady.
Everyone is stress crafting.
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome to quarantine.
Yeah.
Way to make it too real.
I'm sad now. Not really.
As you are all doing this, eventually, let's roll randomly to determine who this is.
Fifth Shemeshka, I swear.
Eventually, Kaw,
Might want to get ready to swear.
you hear from the basement, the planar mudroom. Hello, knock knock. Anyone home?
No.
You hear loud padlocking noises from Tarbeck's room.
Gail will go down and see her.
No.
Darling. There's 2 air kisses near your cheeks.
Please.
And she says, darling, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am wonderful. I have the most... Well, I have good and bad news.
Shemeshka is gonna narc on me.
I cast Banishment.
Okay.
She's gonna make the save, but it'll get the point across.
Let's see. She is an Arcanoloth. I mean, someone else might have narked on you first, Navira. Charisma saving throw?
Saving throw. Which I bet she's pretty good at.
She is pretty good at. She rolls a 19.
Damn it.
Would have been so good if she failed, though.
She flickers for a second, and she says, "Caw, I thought we were past all of this."
Points at the door.
Oh, I of course can leave if I am unwanted. I don't want to be anywhere I am unwanted. I did have some
Ask
news
again later.
about your friend Navira.
Ask again later.
Okay. She'll kind of...
At the mention of Navira's name, Tarbek's door just... Do you know where she is?
And yeah, she kind of like stands there waiting for a minute, like she's about to teleport away, but is waiting for someone to interrupt her. Like, well, I'll just be going.
Just bam!
Oh, Tarbek, yes.
So much. I hate it.
Yes. Tarbek, I do
my
know
dogs hate
where
it
she
too.
is the thing. I can show you all.
Words. Use them.
Well, the thing is, I believe you still all owe me a favor.
I'm pretty sure that's the other way around.
The other way around.
No, I'm sorry. I believe I still owe you a favor, and I could give you that favor. That is what she did mean to say that, sorry. I can certainly help you out if you just ask. Otherwise, I will be on my way. Someone's making cookies.
My reply is no.
No?
Hang on. Family huddle.
Okay.
My reply is no.
I'll just
Wait,
wait.
family.
Lovely clocks.
That's you, Tarbek.
Oh, thank you. One.
And Gale will just like turn them both around and huddle.
If you really feel that way, I really appreciate that. You know, it's been a tough time away from... Sorry, focus on the task at hand.
Lights a long cigarette. Do you mind if I smoke?
Thaumaturgies it out.
Damn it. I understand. Draconian new laws. Takes out an e-cigarette.
Thaumaturgy's the battery dad.
Oh, damn it.
It's not that this is a no-smoking household. I don't want her to have those pleasures right now.
Group huddle.
Should we find out where Navira is?
My
Look.
sources say no.
Navira's a grown-ass woman. We can't be freaking out every time she leaps... Ah! We have to respect her independence, and she
Maybe
needs
just
to
went
be...
to get like interplater takeout. Like,
Sorry, what was it?
maybe she just went to get like interplater takeout.
If you guys are gone and I'm having this real specific craving, you can only get it from this plane. Takes a while, so I'm going.
I'll be back soon, and I promise I'll bring you like enough for everyone.
She went out for cigarettes 3 years ago, and she's coming back.
She went to the interplanar, she went to the plane of shawarma.
Dogs.
You can't get it in Waterdeep. Tarbek seems
good.
very conflicted. Like, he's trying to respect Navira's, privacy and independence, but at the same time, he is fucking terrified of what could be happening to her right now.
I mean, right now she's just surrounded by a bunch of frat boys, so like,
Couple frat
it's
boys.
pretty bad.
Ka's going to take Tarbek by the shoulder and just like Gale by the shoulder and just look at both of them. Because she wants to know, but we are dealing with a fiend here, and she is just going to say, my reply is no.
I will abide by group decision. If you're both saying no, then we'll say no.
I think, quite frankly, if Navira wanted us to know, she would have told us.
And she doesn't.
Not
so.
necessarily.
Well, I've sent her about 40 sending spells, or it feels like 40, and she hasn't answered any of them.
Wrong. She's answered one.
She answered one of them.
So you know she's not dead.
1 second. Navira, are you dead?
Wait. No.
And every once in a while, you are all terribly, or well, two of you are very perceptive. I think all of you are terribly perceptive.
All of us.
Occasionally, Shemeshka does kind of look off into the distance as if she's concentrating on something, and then kind of goes back to just ignoring things or
As if she's
pretending like she's
concentrating
ignoring
on something?
as if she's concentrating on something or thinking.
Could you have Dispel Magic prepared?
Yes.
Just keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
So we're saying no then.
Absolutely not. Yes, we are saying. We are saying no. I understand how that's probably a bit difficult when you are obligated to repeat only what other things people say. It's probably difficult to convey.
Signs point to yes.
Okay. Okay, we'll turn around and say, yeah, we're gonna trust Navira on this.
Kind of looks at you, Gale, then looks at Kaw and Tarbeck and says, I think they're saying no, but what are you saying?
Pointing at the door.
Gale, look at me. What do you want?
Covering Gale's eyes, pointing at the door.
Kaw, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, no.
Ah!
26.
Okay. She attempts to cast banishment on you, and it doesn't work.
Tarbeck Court sort of looks at her enraged and then casts banishment.
She casts counterspell, and she says, I'm not fucking around anymore. I've let you play your games. We're ending this now. I will either tell you, or the deal's off.
Then tell us.
And then we are square.
Yes.
Okay. She reaches into her... She does not look happy. She reaches into her robe, or her fancy dress, and pulls out a crystal ball and waves her hand over it. And you can see there's a... in it, the wizard you saw at the spa, who was named Raistlin, kind of the gold-skinned guy. A blue tiefling, a white dragonborn, and the scrying spell seems to be focused on a kind of foxish tiefling, and she kind of adjusts it slightly, and you can see Navira, and she says, she's in hell. Just thought you should know. For her safety and such. Just kind of jams it back in her pocket, her interdimensional pocket. And she says...
Well...
Sorry, go ahead. That's it.
No, you finish.
No. She's mad.
Shemeshka, it's been a pleasure. I would say see you again soon, but I truly hope we never see each other. And I hope the feeling's mutual.
It is. Worry about your friend or don't. I don't give a fucking shit anymore. You didn't even make it fun. And snaps her fingers.
You didn't make it fun.
Snaps her fingers again. What did you say to me?
Pointing at the door.
Snaps again.
I'm not mad. I told myself I wasn't going to get mad.
Every infernal curse that has ever existed in Navira's voice.
That is where she is, yes. Is that not what we're talking about?
Shemeshka! The door.
Gotta go. Task Force Unlikely. What would you like to do with this information? If the answer is nothing, and you trust Navira, that is a perfectly valid answer.
We'll trust Navira to get herself home.
And then we'll ground her for all eternity.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can count on it.
You can't hang
Navira's
out
very
with
much in
cute.
a I'm going to cause problems on purpose mood. It's not gonna work.
Tarbeck will
see.
say. Tarbeck will send her another sending. I hope you're having a hell of a good time in hell, which is where you are. We
No,
know.
you're in hell.
Block.
Angry space emoji.
Wow.
Look, I can't have my phone going off in a meeting.
It's not your phone. It's your brain.
Could have muted him. Jeez.
Put it on silent next time.
Okay. So, back in hell. Archon's been thinking for like 15, 20 minutes, everybody.
He's been buffering.
Expect it to take him a while.
He's been buffering, exactly. Just, but if,
He's been buffering.
it's if one goes to 2, then back to 1, and you're like, oh no, come on.
Eventually, the facade from Arthur will drop and be like, "Are you having a stroke, sir?"
Fine.
I believe thinking isn't something he's used to. Give him some
He's thinking
more
real
time.
hard. And he says,
There's smoke coming out of your ears, although you are a red dragonborn, so that could be semi.
he says, I can't betray my queen. But I don't have to stop you. I don't need another deal. What happens, happens. Just get out of here.
Thank you for your time.
Just kind of... That even seems to take him a while. Just... You're welcome.
Just gonna scuttle on past, I think, is what we should all do. We all in agreement on that?
Well, if you do ever reconsider, here, have a card.
Takes it in his giant little claws. Nods and sticks it in his skull breastplate.
I'm wondering if you casted Resurrection on... After we're out of earshot, I'm gonna be like, if you casted Resurrection on him, he would have, like, just dragons shooting all out of every part of people. It would just be a mess.
Quite.
Okay. Raistlin kind of walks outside and nods and good work. That certainly could have gone worse.
Kriv's just dejected because he didn't get to fight anybody.
Soon, Kriv.
I assure you, Kriv, there will be plenty of violence in the future.
Okay. So, Raistlin, let's go. Everybody. And you all start walking again. And it's... Okay, good. It's a long while before anything else kind of makes any sense. There's occasionally... dragons seem to be flying overhead, and occasionally, they're locked. They're definitely noticing you, and flying towards a large volcano.
Kriv keeps waving at them. Hey, what's up?
Like, every once in a while, one waves back like,
Hey, man. What's up?
hey.
He's too pure. I don't know why he's here.
Because he's not very smart.
Nope.
Pure of heart, dumb of ass.
So, y'all keep walking. And you eventually see the slopes of a large volcano, a caldera, that has 5 massive dragon statues on the edge of it, kind of equally placed around it. So they're not all on one side, they're all kind of a bit around, and there seems to be one of each color of dragon. And they all look dim right now. Like they it looks like they should be more vibrant, like, you know, a bright red dragon, green, and they just look kind of dingy and sooty and dirty, and it just doesn't feel like this is them at their best. And Raistlin looks, and he asks if everyone is prepared.
As prepared as I will be.
Kriv just like grabs his axe and just taps it like, "Let's go, bro."
He's gonna sort of... Alright. I mean, alright then. Let's get to it.
Okay.
I almost slipped into Tarbeck again.
Okay. You all start marching up this volcano. And let's see.
Hi.
No,
about
sorry,
that.
I'm looking for something. Everything's fine. You all start marching up this volcano. And the heat is becoming unbearable for Kriv. Everyone else is resistant to fire.
Arthur's frost too. Arthur's frost too.
Yeah, but as a tiefling, you're still resistant to fire, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Boo.
Sorry.
Sorry. I wasn't allowed to swap out the resistances.
You all go forward, and you get to the crest of the volcano, and looking down is yet this just massive caldera, and there's it doesn't look. There's a bunch of pools of magma. It's not one solid pool. So there's islands about. And looking down, you can see a gargantuan 5-headed dragon who is laying like a cat. Like they're curled up in a circle, and you can hear them from here whimpering. And it's just so sad.
So we go fight.
I don't know if it's a good idea to fight that.
I believe this is the point where we need Raistlin's direction, and him falling silent right now is a very interesting choice on him.
Raistlin, when you look at him, he just has this grin plastered across his face. And he looks at all of you and he says, "Oh, she's so pathetic. This will not be hard. She has been cowed by repeated defeats. There will almost be no glory in this." He kind of breathes deep and exhales, and you can hear him trying very hard not to cough as he inhales a bunch of smoke and exhales, and he stands up straight for the first time, and he's not quite imposing, but he certainly has a presence about him. And he picks up his staff and he just points at Tiamat and he says, "Get her." Everybody roll initiative.
Yay.
Cool. 3.
Ooh. I got a 16.
22.
I got a 22. A 22 as well. My dex mod is 2. What's yours?
Also 2.
Who has the higher intelligence?
Mine is 14.
We're matched there too.
Damn it.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. How about you just go first?
Well, you
Okay,
can
I'm
also
not
just-
gonna do much.
You can also
So
just act on the same initiative. Okay, so 22 was Fetch and Arthur. Who had the next highest?
I think I did. I had a 16.
16. And Navira?
3.
3. Okay.
Can you hear any background noise from my end?
No.
I can't
Nope.
now.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
Also, I am sorry about earlier. My neighbor decided that now was the best time to test out his engine.
Of course.
Problem.
Very loud.
there are so many places that he should be going right now.
Yeah, this is one of them, for instance.
Been doing it for months.
So I live
It's
next,
his midlife crisis hobby.
yeah, I live next to someone who's always tinkering with their car, and it's fun. It's so fun. Okay. Fetch and Arthur, you get to go first. You may decide who gets to go first.
I think we decided on Fetch going first.
Okay.
It's gonna go 30 feet in the air and turn invisible because I doubt it's well lit in here.
Okay. It is not. So, Fetch takes to the sky and disappears from view.
Gee, thank you.
Said I wasn't gonna do much with this turn.
Arthur.
Okay, so there's a big Tiamat down there.
Mm-hmm.
Still sleeping, or like
She's more like crying than sleeping, but
she's more like what? You cut out.
crying.
Ah. Okay, well, since I don't really know what's going on right now, or what's gonna happen next, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis using my special Tiefling spell slot,
Okay.
and that should give me 10 temporary hit points. And if a creature attacks me while I'm using this, then they take the damage. The 10 cold damage. Sorry.
Okay.
Took me a second there. And that'll be it. That's an action.
Okay. Raistlin goes. Okay. He casts a spell.
Is it sleep again?
It is not. So he casts a spell. And in an instant, you look and he is no longer there. He has covered the distance to Tiamat. There are now... He is flying. And there are 4 of him in the sky.
Man, you can pull some shit at level 20.
Yeah, he cast Time Stop and then a couple other spells. After he has done that, and he is flying, a giant fireball erupts on the Queen of Dragons.
Oh, we're doing this. Okay.
And she roars, and you can see the fire burns her, and she seems just stunned that someone has dared to attack her and that it hurt. And
Fireball,
she kind of...
Not a meteor swarm. Alright.
Yeah. And she kind of roars in pain and, again, almost weeping. She will raise her head to bite him several times. Okay. She bites, and 2 of his illusions go down as she snaps with the black head and the white head, and then clamps across him with the blue head, and he takes a crap ton of damage. And he...
All the damage.
Hmm?
All of the damage.
All the damage. And, yeah, he screams in pain, but it is immediately followed by raucous laughter. Kriv, it is your turn.
Kriv hasn't had this, like, weird look on his face, like, very confused for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
For most of it, like, all the encounters, he's just been very confused. But he's just like, well, okay, time to die, I guess. And he'll just, like, take off running. Like, how far can he get?
Yeah, you can close enough of the distance that we'll say you can attack. Otherwise, that's no fun.
Okay. Then Kriv will rage.
Okay.
And it's gonna whack her a bunch of times.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hit.
A 25 is a hit.
Let's see. So that's 8 damage. And then I'll have him whack him again.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. 11 damage, because I forgot to add in the rage damage.
Okay.
Woohoo!
And then that's a 23 to hit.
23 is a hit.
Cool. Oh, I also have that crystal of energy assault,
Mm-hmm.
which gives me an extra d6 of cold damage. I forgot about that.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll that.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 6, 10, 13, 16 damage.
Okay. Okay. So this barbarian screams and runs across the battlefield and sinks 2 axes into the Queen of Dragons. And again, she's just like stunned that anyone would approach her, stunned that you've hurt her, let alone with cold damage. And yeah, it's you're in the face of the Queen of Dragons and showing her what for. Okay.
Faces.
The faces. The group of mercenaries will spread out and start charging. Attacks. That's probably terribly loud. Let me get my That's better. Okay. Several of them hits. About half hit, half miss as they all take out various weapons. A couple cast spells. The ogre that got beat up way a couple episodes ago charges next to Kriv. The fighter that Kriv fought earlier, they both flank you, Kriv, and start wailing on Tiamat.
Oh, they're friends now.
Okay, and Navira.
I'm going to delay my turn
Okay.
until I see that Tiamat is just about to die.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Fetch, it is your turn then.
Fetch will hold position and remain invisible.
She's also going to note where Fetch disappeared.
Okay. To the best of your ability, you are tracking where you think Fetch is. Arthur.
In hindsight, I really do wish he'd made this part a little clearer as to what grabbing that power meant and what it entailed, but oh well! And then he's going to cast Blight.
Okay. Is that a Constitution saving throw?
Blight is... I believe it's a Constitution save. Yes, it's a Constitution saving throw. 8d8 necrotic damage, or half as much on a successful one.
It's not her best save, but it is a pretty good one.
It's Tiamat. I don't expect it to die easy.
20? DC 20?
20 definitely saves. Okay. So that is... Oh, darn, it was good rolls, too. 17 plus... Wait, these are D6s, not D8s. What am I doing? Sorry, I got my dice mixed up.
That's okay.
6... 15... 19... and 30. 30 points of necrotic damage. Half to 15. All things considered, not that great for a fourth level spell slot.
Okay.
Oh dear. Not quite the juice I need to be using. But does it look like it actually did damage, the necrotic
yes,
damage?
It definitely did damage. And again, she seems stunned that she's taking any damage. Okay, what's Raistlin do? Okay, Raistlin charges up a spell. That spell is a good one. Because the spells that are here... It's concentration. He's already concentrating on something.
Does Raistlin only have concentration spells?
No, he's not. Yeah, this is a good one. Here we go. No, he's not a total idiot.
Yeah, it's weird. This isn't even the first time we've kind of fought Tiamat.
He's Just a partial idiot.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. T-Man has to burn a legendary... Oh, no, she just saves. Okay. Oh, no, his stats are better than that. She has to burn a legendary resistance. As Raistlin, in a similar move to what Arthur just did, casts this horrible... Like, you can see Tiamat's skin grow taut and wither as he draws what little moisture there is in the air out and casts... Abby Dalzim's horrid wilting. So she's going to take 12d8. I'm sorry. Well, half a 12d8, but... takes 30 necrotic damage. Okay, it is Tiamat's turn again. So Tiamat will kind of rear back on her legs and say, bellowing, speaking from all 5 heads at once, so her voice echoes. And it's almost like each head is slightly out of sync with the other, so it's just got this very creepy kind of passing effect over it. And she says, "Mortals, leave while you have the chance. Even now, the Queen of Dragons dreams of feasting on your bones. I will make sure you never leave this place again." But also leave.
To paraphrase Peter B. Parker, these are pretty standard hell stakes. You get used to it.
If I had a soul coin for every time I heard that, I'd be the richest man in the 7 heavens.
Listen, she's going to say, your souls will be forever damned.
Your souls will... Hey! You're cheating.
Weird thing for Navira and Arthur to bond over, but I like it.
Okay,
They're experienced in the bureaucracy.
Raistlin takes a couple hits, and he doesn't look so great.
They know all the same buzzwords. I think Arthur's just internalized them in a much worse way.
Kriv.
Kriv.
Woohoo!
He's just been shouting his name, like, Kriv, Kriv, Kriv.
Is Kriv a Pokemon?
Yes.
Kriv, I choose you!
Eve, use your one attack that you have.
But
But a lot.
not a lot, because I only rolled a 2, so that's a 10.
10 is a miss.
Oh, but an 18's good. So that's, 26.
That is a hit.
Yay.
Woohoo!
So that is 19 slashing damage from my great axe, and then he takes an extra 5 points of damage from the crystal.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Kriv?
He's just shouting, Kriv, Kriv, Kriv.
Tiamat glares down at you and says, "Betrayer." And she'll use a legendary action. Ooh, well, 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And she does 22 piercing damage as the redhead bites you, and 7 fire damage.
No, no.
Pretty sure you have the piercing damage unless Andy did it for you, which he
I did not, so you take 11 piercing damage.
Whoops.
Because raging.
Yes.
As for the fire damage,
I know, that doesn't matter. Never mind. Okay.
He just yells and keeps whacking.
All of the mercenaries around Kriv start yelling, Kriv! 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 Ooh. They do less good at this time, however. And deal still some damage to Tiamat, but not a lot. Navira.
Delay until I see her, like, on the verge of death.
Okay.
Like, one more turn would kill her.
Okay.
That might take a while.
Navira's just gonna stand on top, like, at the edge of that caldera, like, hands on top of her sword, look rad as fuck.
Okay.
you ever been on the front of a metal cover?
Several times, actually. I was the inspiration for several of Waterdeep's greatest hits.
Okay.
She's a
Fetch. Continuing to do...
continuing to do nothing helpful.
Arthur.
Arthur. Look, man, I'm starting to run out of high level slots, but I think I can cast Chromatic Orb 3rd level. I really wish I hadn't used my last hold monster. That would be really useful right now. So I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at 3rd level.
Okay.
I just need to remember how much that is. Okay, I rolled an 18 to hit.
An 18 is a miss against Tiamat. It splashes against her, and she kind of looks at you with her white dragon head, and a couple other heads turn. What? But her hide is still, even in this weakened state, is still very tough.
Well, that was a waste of a spell slot.
Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I wish I could, buddy.
Okay. It is Raistlin's turn, and he is going to use a made-up bullshit spell.
Of course he is.
Okay. He will say some made-up sounding magic words like Thoktas, and 7 star-like motes appear around his head, and he points at Tiamat, and one of them streaks at Tiamat. Ooh.
Love that spell.
Well, he'll miss. But...
That's what you get for using 3.5 magic.
It's cool.
It is, but, you know.
Also kinda broken.
Yeah.
But there's a reason we switched over to 5e.
Okay, let's see. That's Raistlin's turn. At the end of Raistlin's turn, Tiamat's all mad at him and will lash out. This time, she just as the star mote kind of crashes against her hide ineffectively, she turns with her black head and just blasts Raistlin with acid.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Let's see. It does indeed, and he's not terribly quick. He will fail.
Bye, buddy.
Yep, Raistlin hits the ground with a thud. And that would
Do we care that he is dead? Was he, like,
That's up to you all.
friend of yours? No, I'm talking specifically to Navira right now.
She.
Alright. I get it. Laser focus, paladin shit. I understand.
Trying to keep a stoic face, forgetting that he's wearing a mask.
Okay. Kriv, can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Uh-oh.
You're a barbarian. You'll be alright.
I don't know. Oh, 25.
Is a success, so you will take half of this damage. Okay.
Whoa.
T-Man's green head pulls back and exhales a noxious cloud of poison on the front lines. And, okay, a couple other people survive. So you succeeded, which means you only take 35 poison damage.
Cool.
What?
T-Man, God of Dragons. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
We picked him.
Okay. So she breathes. A couple of the mercenaries around you just healed straight dead. Like, they did not have that many hit points. And they failed. Like, just wither instantly like Raiders of the Lost Ark. The poison just melts them from the inside out. And a couple other ones survived. The ogres next to you, the gladiator from earlier, they're both like, oh god, but we're okay. And Kriv, it is your turn.
So I have to just attack. Because, I don't know, use it while I got it. I was going to use my breath weapon. Would that be considered an attack? Or would I have to actually hit her to keep my rage?
Oh,
Well, if you get hit,
rage?
then you automatically keep your rage.
Yeah, if you take damage, I think you're good. Hold on, let me check.
Which I did.
Yeah, so you
damage
should
or
be
make an
fine.
attack action.
It's not an attack action, but you did take damage, so I also would not be a total hard ass about that. Like, you're clearly in combat still. So yeah, you'll keep your rage. That's fine.
Okay. So I will say, you're not that great at that. I can do that too. Yeah, totally. And then I'll use my breath weapon, and she has to make a con 14 save.
Okay. She kind of... Really? She rolls a 25.
Well, she takes 6, 8. What's half a 9? 4 damage.
Okay. Okay.
Like a stiff breeze.
Yep. And then I think I can do this because I have the storm aura up. Because that happens when I go into a raid.
Okay.
So I can, as a bonus action, I can give, I think, because I have the frost one. I can re-up it every turn as a bonus action and give people 4 temporary hit points.
Okay.
So the dudes next to me get 4 temporary hit points.
Great. Okay. Okay, the mercenaries
Nailed it.
go. They do their best. There's a lot less of them. They deal some damage. Okay. Navira, is there anything else you would like to do on your turn? Or she doesn't look... She looks hurt, but not, like, near dead or anything.
Not bloodied yet?
She is bloodied. Is that right? Yeah, she is bloodied.
Wait it out.
Okay. So... as you are standing there, as you were standing there, the half-elven woman, you can see her climbing her way up the outside of the volcano, and she gets to the edge and she looks down and she sees the battle and she looks at you and she says, Are you not gonna go in there?
I'm waiting for the final blow.
She kind of laughs and she says, yeah, sometimes it comes when you don't expect it.
I'm not attempting to steal the glory, if that's what you're thinking.
No, neither was I. Okay, well, I don't want to claim like I'm an expert or anything, but we got a while to go still.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Kind of nods, and she closes her eyes and puts her hands together, takes a deep breath, and her voice booming says, "Hey, bitch, remember me?" And Tiamat looks, and you see genuine fear in the eyes of the bitch queen of dragons.
Nice.
And that is where we will end the episode tonight.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
It's 9:30. So, outros and plugs. Daniel.
Hi, my name's Daniel. I like to play Animal Crossing and D&D, and I haven't been doing anything else because my job offer got redacted because of the coronavirus. You can catch me at LightningFast11 on Twitter, and here every other week, and also Mondays probably from now on for the next foreseeable future. Who knows? I'm sorry. I got real sad all of a sudden.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm kind of in the same boat, so I'm here too. I also play Animal Crossing.
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I enabled Andy to do some shit, and he has been doing the same for me, so it's been fun.
Yeah, gee, I wonder who Fetch is related to.
Not who you would think.
Oh, okay then.
It makes you feel any better. Gail thinks he's cute.
Oh no, they're hot.
And Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira. You follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, at Birds and Nerds. Good art. Sometimes.
Very good art.
Always.
I would also
Always
like to
great.
plug, right now we are all kind of feeling the weight of the shit that's happening in the world right now. And I would like to thank all of my friends here at Laughing Dragon Inn for helping to alleviate that somewhat. If you have good friends that play D&D, play D&D with them. If you don't, find some. But yeah,
We're plugging friendship.
please.
Also, if watching our shenanigans brings you just like any amount of joy while this is going on, just we hope it does.
For sure.
We
Yeah.
love everybody watching.
It's hard out there, and everyone do your best to make sure it's not so hard for everybody else. We'll be back on Monday doing something.
Wash your hands.
And wash your hands.
Don't be
Wash
racist.
your
And don't be
hands.
racist.
Remember, do this, and then get
Wash
the
your thumbs.
thumbs, and then
And your
make
wrists.
sure to get the wrists as well. Yeah.
The back of my hands have never been drier, I'll tell you what. For all the water I'm
God, my
putting on.
wrists are so bad.
I lotioned up twice during this stream. That's it. Please, everyone, be well, be safe, and have a great night. And wash your hands.
Watching it.
And
Watch
stay
hands.
inside if you can.
Wash your hands.